My name is Valentina Campos. It's a pleasure to present the work on sustainable mobility in Ibero Puebla, Mexico, initiatives and challenge. The Universidad Iberoamericana Puebla in Mexico, as a university entrusted to the Society of Jesus, is inheritor to 482 years of educational tradition, as well as the commitment from action towards the main social and environmental problems. The recognition of the human's role in the deterioration of the environment, as well as the urgent actions for the care for our common home, is evident from the official decrees of the General Congregations, the Special Report on Ecology, the encyclical Laudato Si, the Universal Apostolic Preference, and the encyclica Fratelli Tutti. In this context, since the 1990s, the Universidad Iberoamericana Puebla has carried out actions in favor of sustainability and environmental culture. This university is a founding member of the Consorcio Mexicano de Instituciones de Educación Superior para la Sustentabilidad, as well as the Red de Universidades por el Cuidado de la Casa Común. Since the mid-1990s, the university has promoted lines of environmental training and designed a campus environmental management plan that focused on the efficient use of resources, water, solid waste, energy, and mobility, among the most important. During the last 3 years, the university has summed its efforts to the environmental certification carried out by UI Green Metric. For this 2021, the university's scores improved in relation to the score previously obtained within the framework on the contest of 956 universities worldwide. This trajectory evidences a conceptualization of environmental education beyond the curricular environmental, in evident construction of sustainability in the integrality of the life of the university, reflected in her infrastructure, the offer of academic programs with transversal environmental contents, and the daily habits of institutional management, all as an expression on the possibility of new forms more supportive and harmonious with the environment. The objective of this presentation is to share the actions that Ibero Puebla has carried out around mobility, in a context in which the importance that has been given to the cars, which generates road congestion problems, affects productivity and competitiveness, increases environmental pollution, and impacts mobility and mortality due to road accidents. Actions for sustainable mobility in Ibero Puebla. Before the pandemic to SARS-CoV-2, there were initiatives for the creation of a mobility plan for the university, triggered by the saturation of roads during peak hours, the increase in the use of private vehicles, the lack of public transport and infrastructure for pedestrians and cyclists, the lack of road safety, as well as the impact on the environment. In this context, options were sought to discourage the use of motor vehicles based on specific information from the university populations. For the present study was carried out that led to the Student and Labor Mobility Program, in which the statistics of vehicular traffic in the perimeter roads of Ibero Puebla and mobility in the university were identified. In the framework of the pandemic SARS-CoV-2, the university created different commissions that would attend among other things, to the mobility of collaborators whose assistance was essential in the facilities, for which the Sustainable Mobility Commissions was created. With the both elements, the university had the structure and recommendations aimed to offering alternatives to the use of private vehicles with the intentions of reduce travel and waiting times, GHG emissions, and road congestions. Knowledge that above implied recognizing two scales of interventions in and out the university. In the first scale, it was proposed to incorporate an additional unit to the collective university transport to encourage the use of the personal bicycle, which demand, on the one hand, efforts to increase the university cycle infrastructure, but also to start activities in favor of strengthening the cycling community through meeting space to reflections, awareness and knowledge of regulatory frameworks, but also the research about these aspects. In the second scale, dialogue with actors at two levels were carried out, with higher education institutions engaged in improving their mobility, as well as with the state and the municipal authorities to address, among other things, coordinations and security of the transport system and the existing bicycle paths under jurisdictions. The connections with other higher education institutions occurred within the framework of the promotion of interuniversity collective transport, based on an invitation from the Agencia de Energía del Estado de Puebla y del Instituto de Políticas para el Transporte y el Desarrollo, interested in exploring the digital electromobility. As a result of the signing of a collaboration letter in 2021, a pilot project was launched in the summer of 2022 after identifying routes, comprehension to the app, and the spirit of service and a gender perspective. The functional was served 3 universities in a circuit that had low coverage by public transport, with routes created from user demand, with a perspective of maximizing connectivity with existing routes and flexibility from the continuous feedback of the students. The link with the different authorities led to the signing of a collaboration agreement for sustainable and safe mobility in the university environment in 2021 with the Secretaría de Movilidad y Transporte, the most important result of which has been the realization of the Proyecto Integral de Movilidad Boulevard del Niño Poblano, which picked up the needs and proposal raised by the university, which is an important element of incidence in public policy. Giving viability to this program has involved the creation and promotion by the university of meeting and dialogue spaces between authorities with faculties on public space, in this case, two areas of the government in the state of Puebla, Secretaría de Movilidad y Transporte and la Secretaría de Infraestructura, as well as the municipality of San Andrés Cholula. Thanks to the above, we have the technical proposal and the budgeting of the economic resources necessary for the work, and importantly, the articulations of wheels with which the university contributes for governance processes. Collaboration with the state government is also carried out through specific projects such as the preparations of Propuesta de Manual de Movilidad Integral and the creation of an app to disseminate information on the sustainable and safe urban mobility model. This experience makes it possible to have a learning space in which, in addition to allowing knowledge and understanding of reality, outlets are offered from skills and abilities as part of academic formation process of the students. Research is not separated from this effort. There is a record of two projects related to mobility at the university. Strategies to promote the intention of using the bicycle as a means of transportation in the Ibero Puebla community, and comprehensive mobility system from the southeastern area of the city of Puebla. Finally, work is being done on the articulation as an interest group of the Ibero in Bici collective, made up of collaborators or professors from different areas of the university, who, together with the Instituto de Investigaciones en Medio Ambiente, promote an agenda of activities related to training, appropriation of public space, talks on the recent general law on mobility and road safety, workshops on mobility for all, and field forums to increase sensibility, awareness, and actions for non motorized mobility. Thanks for your attention.